What's the most NSFW experience you witnessed right in front of your eyes? I watched a man fall when his rappelling gear failed. He fell about 100 feet, and the sound his body made when he hit will haunt me forever. He broke his spine, pelvis, both legs, one arm, and an orbital bone, but he survived. There were a lot of people around to give first aid, and I helped carry him out of the canyon to the ambulance, and I swear I thought he was dead already. He looked like thawed hamburger meat. The Rangers? Park police? Not sure what they were, took our info, and a few days later, to our surprise, the guy was alive and wanted to see the people who carried him out. He gave us all some really nice leather backpacks from the company he worked for. I still have it some 20 plus years later. A coworker, just before quitting, took a shit in their cubicle. They wanted to have him charged with indecent exposure, but since no one saw him, besides me, and I wasn't admitting to having seen it, they dropped it. They also tried to use the defecating in public laws, but the police pointed out that their office was in fact private, not a public space. The man became a legend around the office. I lived in Vegas, took some friends of my brother-in-law, whom I had never met, to my warehouse at the Speedway. One guy hit a joint one time and went into an instant manic episode like I didn't know was possible. He instantly pulled his pants and underwear off, pounded his underwear into my chest saying, "I want you to have these, keep them forever." Then proceeded to try to push over pallet racks. He turned blood red and was sweating profusely, so we gave him a bottle of water. He poured it over his head and then began to swim but naked down the aisle. This went on for about an hour before the cops/paramedics showed up. One of the weirdest things about it was his identical twin brother was there standing next to him the whole time saying he does this sometimes, but I've never seen him naked before. There are so many more bizarre details. It felt like a bad trip. Driving home in a snowstorm and a BMW passes me like I'm parked. They get about a mile ahead of me and I see the taillights swerving, then I see headlights taillights as the car spins round and round, then it starts rolling. I hit my hazards and come to a stop. I get up to the car and it's empty. I look and about 50 feet is someone on the ground. I get up to her. She is on her back and her neck is clearly broken, at a very unnatural position, but her waist is twisted 180 degrees and her toes facing down. She obviously dead. A man ran up and tried to convince me that we needed to start CPR. Two others had to explain to him it was too late. Every time I drive through there I see her face.